Good morning, Fort Worth. It is 19 February and cold as hell outside. If you haven't wandered outside yet and you don't know, it's chilly. Yeah. A little bit of snow flurries last night. Did you have any ice on your car this morning, Michael?
No, I parked it under a cover, but it was 10 degrees when I left. It warmed up to about 14 by the time I got here.
I started at 8 or 9 degrees, and then it was 13 whenever I pulled in. So that tracks. It's cold. I don't know what else to tell you. Got Michael Brittner with me here today. Morning, Mike.
Morning, Andrew. You doing okay?
I'm okay. I'm all right. Just keep leaning forward in the saddle, man. We had kind of a late night last night. Doubleheader at McFly's. 2 artists on stage with us. Kaylee Ryan and Gabby Minton did interviews with us, and Kaylee played a little bit of music, and by the time I got home, I had to take care of the chickens and the dogs and the geese and the goats. We just have chickens and dogs. But
oh, okay. You didn't have to feed the hog?
Not yet.
That's a Christmas Vacation reference, but I couldn't resist.
Yeah, so I'm here, but Wednesdays, typically are rough. 1, because I'm usually tired on Wednesday mornings, and 2, I have to deal with Michael. So
lucky you.
This is your first time hanging out with us on the morning show. Fort Worth Roots has been going for 5 years. We started the morning show, 4 months ago? 5 months ago?
Roughly. Yep.
And this has been the most rewarding thing I've ever done in the podcast realm. People seem to be loving it. So thank you to everybody that's making this part of your morning. And let's get into these segments. First up's weather. 27 for a high today, and it's going to be windy. 21 miles per hour coming out of the north. Got a low of 13 degrees. Doesn't look like any more precipitations. Thursday, 29 for a high, 21 for a low. A little windy, not as bad as today. Friday, 37 for a high, 25 for a low, mostly cloudy. Saturday, 46, 34 for a low. Sunday, 60 and 39 for a low. So this Sunday's going to be nice.
Next week looks really good.
Yeah, 70s and looking good. Not a whole lot of rain in the forecast, but we'll keep you up to date on that moving forward. We don't project too far ahead because these weather people don't know what the hell they're talking about. All right, February 19th. Today is National Day of Konstantin Brankus Day. I'm not clicking on it, Michael.
Don't do it.
Iwo Jima Day. I'm clicking on that, though. Iwo Jima, am I saying that right? February 19th, 2025? What? That's not correct. Iwo Jima Day on February 19th takes place every year to mark the anniversary of a battle that lasted around 5 weeks. The fight between the U.S. Marines and the Japanese soldiers took place amidst World War II and turned out to be quite horrific. Thousands of people on both sides lost their lives. However, in the end, the U.S. Marines emerged victorious, as they always do, even when faced with impossible challenges. Hence, the day is officially observed in Massachusetts and unofficially marked across the United States. On this day, pay tribute to our lost soldiers, celebrate their victory, and rejoice at how the country has emerged as a united nation. I don't know. Sounds like a bloodbath.
Iwo Jima was, isn't that where the famous sculpture and photograph of the Marines putting up the flag came from? I think that's right.
You might be right. Got me, dude. National Lash Day for you girls with your fake lashes. It's your day, babe.
Or guys.
National Vet Girls Rock Day. Pervert? Plagiarism? What is that? Oh, prevent. Okay. Pervert. Okay, that's what a pervert would say. February 19th, this day in history, Betty Friedan's The Feminine Mystique published. Okay. All right, yeah. Japanese internment camps in 1942. Donner Party, 1847. Let's get into that. 1847, this day in history, surviving members of the ill-fated Donner Party, a group of pioneers snowbound in a Sierra Nevada mountain pass for almost 4 months, are finally located by a rescue party. Harrowing tales following, including accounts of cannibalism. Yeah, it was not great. I don't know all the details, but when I saw that, I think of Robin Williams. I can't remember what movie it is, but he references Donner Party of Five.
Yeah, what movie is that?
I want to say Mrs. Doubtfire,
I was
but
just
that
about to say
doesn't feel
Mrs.
right.
Doubtfire.
Could be. Somebody phone a friend. Let us know. Email us at media@FortWorthRoots and let us know what Robin Williams movie that was. Fort Worth ISD, onto our news stories of the day. This comes from FortWorthReport.org, and the story is by Jacob Sanchez and Matthew Scroy. Fort Worth ISD School Board names Mulliner as superintendent. Here's why, because we care. We do. Let's see here. The timing was right for Karen to become superintendent during her nearly 3 decades of working in the Fort Worth ISD. She built a reputation as a steady leader, a collaborator who takes every role given to her seriously with those qualities in mind, writes her mother, I guess. Sounds like her mom wrote this. It's very congratulatory. Her family is more prepared for her to take the job than when last opened in 2022. Trying to find some juicy details, scanning forward. Trustee Wallace Bridges loved the excitement around the district's lone finals. It's just everybody's just really happy that she's the superintendent. So congratulations to Karen Mulliner, and we hope you do a great job. All right, moving on. New 9.1 million fire station in Walsh will serve rapidly growing far west Fort Worth. I know Walsh Ranch out there, kind of going towards Alito.
Yep.
It's a big old subdivision.
It's nice. It's very nice.
It's a sharp-looking fire station. In an effort to, by the way, FortWorthReport.org, story by Cecilia Linzen. In an effort to accommodate the rapid growth of far west Fort Worth Walsh development, city officials celebrate the opening of a new fire station. And you see this nerd right here, the guy that's cheesing it up? That's our buddy, and I'm blanking on his name right now. He is the PIO for the fire department. Help me, God. Why can't I think of his name right now? Okay. Well, I hope he's doing well, and we'd love to get him back on the show when I can remember his name.
Hopefully he doesn't hear this.
Oh, he's definitely going to hear this.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. Located at 2200 Walsh Ranch Parkway, the fire... Craig Trogic. Craig Trogic is his name. Sorry, Craig. Damn it. Yeah, we'd love to get Craig on here. They caught you. He was telling me last time we had him on, like they always catch him doing goofy shit when he's, whenever he gets his photo taken.
Yeah, what is he doing?
I don't know. He looks like he's just...
Looks like he's giving somebody a back massage.
Y'all can see what we're talking about on FortWorthReport.org. And there's Jay Chapa, our new city, what do you call that?
City manager.
City manager.
Who is also my, I believe, first cousin once removed by marriage.
Did you just make that up on the fly?
No, so my wife's mom is first cousins with him. Whatever that is. I don't understand all the first, second cousins, once, twice.
Well, I get confused too, because as it turns out, I am my own grandpa. The station is situated within the Walsh development, a former 7,200-acre ranch that has since transitioned into a mix of housing and commercial districts at the intersection of Interstate Highway 20 and 30 near Alito, where Tarrant and Parker County meet. They got a new school out there, a new fire station. I mean, it's a whole thing. It's a good-looking little subdivision, too. I wouldn't live there, but somebody can.
By the way, before you move on, I figured out the mystery of the quote about the Donner Party. It's from Patch Adams. So it's the scene when Robin Williams is standing behind the skeleton in front of the kids, and he's like, Donner Party of 50? Okay.
Well, we put that to rest. Yep. You guys, never mind emailing us. I know you were wanting to do that, but we got it figured out. Fort Worth aims to hire its next police chief by the end of summer. Here's the plan. Cecilia Linzen from the FortWorthReport.org put the story together for us. Fort Worth City Manager Jay Chapa, your cousin, said Tuesday that he plans to hire outgoing police chief Neil Noakes' successor by the end of summer 2025. There is a picture of him giving an award or something to a young lady Fort Worth officer displayed at Vickery Cafe. And I really wanted to ask them why his picture was up in their cafe, but I'll just have to wait till next time. They were super busy. Addressing city council members during a February 18th work session meeting, Chapa outlined the planned recruitment and hiring process for the city's top law enforcement post. The position is widely considered one of the most important hires, coming from the city manager's office. Cool. As of February 18th, the city is soliciting proposals from dozens of search firms to lead the recruitment process. CHAPA intends to select a firm and work collaboratively with city staff to develop recruitment strategies in March and April. Because their numbers are probably down like everybody else, because who would want to be a cop, right?
No.
Here's your good news story for the day from goodnewsnetwork.org. It's a little goofy, but who cares? Man, 87, goes viral for delivering party invitations door to door, 4 p.m. until the cops arrive. From Pennsylvania comes the story of a sweet old neighbor lighting up social media with his quirky annual tradition. Recounting to the Washington Post by local Michelle Hernandez, one morning whilst she was working from home, 87-year-old Doug Turner rang her doorbell. Having only moved to the neighborhood in Bucks County 5 months past, Hernandez had seen Turner merely a few times on the street. He held a piece of paper in his hand. "Hi, I'm Doug across the street. I live over in that house there," Turner said. "This is an invite to a party I'm having on February 15th. Oh, well, that's passed, so I guess we can't go, Mike.
Dang.
I didn't want to leave it in your mailbox." Thanking the senior and going back inside, Hernandez unfolded the paper invitation with a hand-drawn snowflake over the words, "A celebration of winter, 4 p.m. until the cops arrive." Hernandez thought it was just so sweet and posted a clip of their interaction that had been caught on her Ring camera on TikTok, where it went viral and accumulated over 2 million views. A follow-up that in which Hernandez read the letter out loud made another million, with hundreds of comments urging her to RSVP yes.
A
Cool.
hand-drawn snowflake. I guess Doug doesn't have a computer and a printer.
He's
Probably make it
87. He
easy.
doesn't need your newfangled printer jobber. It's attached to the internets. Space news for the day. I thought this was pretty cool. On this day in space, February 19th in 1986, Russia's Mir space station launched into orbit. On February 19th, yes. While this wasn't the first space station launched into orbit, it was the first one that had to be assembled piece by piece in space. Mir enabled the first long-duration human spaceflight missions. The current record for the longest stay in space was set aboard the Mir space station by cosmonaut Valery Vladimirovich Polyakov. Damn, dude.
I love it. Read these names.
Who spent 437 consecutive days in orbit.
Ooh.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great. Look at that mess. Holy shit. Really cool picture of the space station. All right, the Soviets used Mir to do all kinds of science research for 15 years before funding for the program was cut, and Mir fell back to Earth, burning up in the atmosphere along the way. Why? Nobody was like, "Yo, I'll buy that. We'll take that
not.
project."
Yeah.
Well, even our ISS is it's decaying, and eventually they're going to have to do the same thing. They're going to angle that thing towards the Earth and let it crash into the ocean. Did you know there is a specific area in the ocean that is dedicated for stuff like this?
No, but that makes sense.
If you're going to crash a spaceship, there's a parking lot for that at the bottom of the ocean.
Yep. Yeah.
I'd love to go. I don't scuba dive. I'm never going to scuba dive, but if I was going to scuba dive, that's where I'd want to go. For sure. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any events going on around the Fort Worth area, as far west as Weatherford, as far east as Grand Prairie, as far north as Denton, as far south as Burleson, let us know. We want to play it on the show for you. We've got some recordings to play for you tomorrow, and a lot of events. Thursdays are our days for getting you up to date on weekend activities. Make sure you know what's going on over the weekend. It's our last episode for the week before we sign off and commit to seeing you next week on Monday. So we record these every Monday through Thursday at 8 a.m. at a place called Hoppin, a rad little place for your next event or just to stop by and hang out and enjoy the 58 taps on the self-pour tap wall. They've got THC seltzers, wine, craft beer, and a full cocktail bar. And if you're lucky, if you're real lucky, you'll catch Michael back there behind the bar, shaking his ass,
Slinging drinks.
trying to make tips.
Yep. Yeah, no, I come and I try to work every Friday just to sort of, see folks and, talk to people about craft beer and do all that. Of note, this Saturday is National Margarita Day.
That's right.
So come out here. We're doing half off our fresh Sour Patch Margarita. It's delicious. So come check it out.
It's a great cocktail bar. And the Foundry's coming up, man. This is a cool little area of town that you guys need to check out. We got Doc's Records right down the street. You can peruse their impressive collection of vinyl records. They also have a little vintage market. I want to say it's kind of a consignment setup. There's different, probably, I don't know, what do you think, 30 different booths in there with
roughly, yeah,
vintage clothing and all sorts of goofy stuff. So that's fun to peruse. And then there's Blackland Distillery. That would be your next stop. Go in there and get one of their charcuterie boards with the cheeses and the stuff and the whatnots. And then once you're done with that, stop on by Hoppin, come on in, and have a good time. It's a great space. There is plenty of parking. I know that whenever you pull into this area, you're like, holy crap. But there's a parking lot right across from Blackland Distillery and Doc's Records. You can park there. There's a few parking spots right here in front of Hoppin. There's also one a block north of here, just on the other side of these buildings, next to Maple Branch. That is also Hoppin parking. And if you want to try to scoot your butt across the very busy Carroll Street, just on the other side of that is more parking. That's where I park when it's real busy because nobody's over there. So,
good point. Yeah.
Just look for Foundry signs. If you see a Foundry sign, then that is a parking lot you can use for Hoppin and Blackland Distillery and Thrive Apothecary and all the cool stuff going on down here at the Foundry.
And M&O, love their cheeseburgers.
M&O has some of the most incredible burgers that you're going to find in Fort Worth. If y'all haven't checked that out, it's M&O Grill.
Mm-hmm.
And until I think the first of the month, there's also a museum attached to it. That's going away, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, they gave the entire collection to the Fort Worth Museum. I can't remember which one. But yeah, so that's going to be moving on. The collection will continue to inspire the youth, but not at that location. So something else cool is going to go in there. And if they ever finish this building right next to Hoppin, I'm hoping it's a Chuck E. Cheese, man.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese. Heck yeah.
Follow along on Instagram at Hoppin FWTX to see what's going on here at Hoppin. There's always something cool. We just had a dating show here that was modeled after the 1970s dating game. And
your outfit was outstanding.
I had the best outfit. Michelle picked it out because I can't dress myself. My mother picked these out for me today. So there's that. Now, what do you think? We had somewhere between, I've been telling people 300 to 400 people because it was packed.
It was super packed.
And then the very next day, we had an album release party by Chandler Cooper and a vendor market that was kind of Valentine themed.
Yeah, Sweetheart Market. It was great.
Yeah.
Flowers. I got my wife some flowers.
About time.
A lot of good food. Yeah, about time.
It was cool. So anyway, check it out on Instagram, Hoppin FWTX. And then if you're looking for Fort Worth Roots, it is Fort Worth Roots on everything. If you're looking for it on any platform, it is Fort Worth Roots. And take a gander at the Fort Worth Weekly, that paper that gets published for free and distributed around town. If you take that paper and you put it on its face and you look at its tasty behind, there's the Fort Worth Roots advertisement block now. We're always going to be on that back page thanks to Tony Diaz, and we highlight all of our sponsors. We put 4 of them every week, four different sponsors on that little block. So if you're like, hey man, I want to spend money locally with people like Michael and Holly from Hoppin and support my community, how do I do that? You just flip the paper over and we will have at least 4 sponsors inside that block on the Fort Worth Weekly every week. So there you go. I think that's all the stuff for now. Michael, you got anything for him?
Comedy show this Friday. I'll plug it for tomorrow's episode as well. But Friday night, 8 p.m., we'll have some comics up here on the stage. No cover, no ticket charge, nothing like that. Just come hang out, get some laughs.
Is this a Caliente comedy?
Caliente comedy, that's right.
That is a good show. And if you guys haven't caught one of those, you're missing out. If you've been to like one of my open mics, this is not that. These are really good. These are really good comedians. We love doing that open mic, and no shade on any of that. But if you're looking for an actual comedy show, Caliente Comedy does a great job, and it's going to be great. So,
one last thing. Most importantly, did you know that turtles They lose their first baby tooth within an hour.
I thought they didn't have teeth.
Well, so when they're a hatchling, when they first hatch out of that egg, they have an egg tooth.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a tooth on their beak to help them hatch out of that shell, and then it disappears about an hour later.
Yeah, evolution, man. That just kind of popped up. That just happened.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's evolution, man.
Like, how many turtles they were just stuck inside that shell for how many thousands of years before finally they started being like, let's put a tooth right here.
Well, hold on. Okay, so you have a self-defeating idea here, because if it can't get out of the shell, then it can't evolve. Right?
The ones that didn't have the tooth had a hard time getting out of the shell, and eventually
natural selection.
Somebody grew that tooth and they got out, and they were like, that was pretty easy. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it just happened. Just happened. Okay, well, I wasn't going to bug you about turtle facts because I was convinced you didn't have any, but you pulled through at the end.
Yep.
All right, folks. If y'all need anything from Fort Worth Roots, if you want to send us an audio clip of you talking about your event, you can send it to media@fortworthroots.com, and we will play it on the show. Tomorrow's episode is going to be a collaboration of all the things that are happening around the area. So if you want to get up to date on what's happening over the weekend, join us tomorrow. Releases at 8 a.m. on all platforms. Again, just look for Fort Worth Roots. As you guys move through today, we hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Till tomorrow, folks. Good day.
Last night, so fine. Eyes yours to your mind. You feel me, you thrill me. Never had some love and to heal me. You're oh so wonderful. I'll never let go. 'Cause dreams do come true. And here comes my great day in the morning. Morning. My great day in the morning. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.